Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your messages from Spirit. And so, as you know, the big question on the video is this message for you? And these are videos that we put together, we channel through for you every 3 or 4 days, just to give you some guidance from the spirit realm. If you're returning to our channel, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Linda Williams, and we do these videos for you every month, and we hope that you enjoy them. So, what is it that Spirit wants to start off with? So, I want to ask, first of all, if they would like to give you a message on anything that you may need to let go of at this initial stage in your life. Is there something that you need to know that you need to let go of? So let's have a little look, shall we? So we'll ask, what is it that these beautiful people watching today need to know to let go today? And so the day that you discover this video is the day that you need to hear this message. That is our belief system with my guides and I. You will find this video when you're meant to. You'll be drawn to it when you're meant to, and you'll get the message when you're meant to. Okay. Now let's have a little look what Spirit wants to give you today with the letting go. The letting go. Okay, we must let go of negative thoughts and belief systems and shed the stress of negative emotions that give them energy. It's very important, isn't it, to do that? We have to cancel the negative programming that comes from the world as well as our own belief systems. You know, everyone, this really is a very good message because, especially about the programming, the negative programming, because we were all programmed. We've all been programmed by our parents, by those who have been around us from the time when we were very young. And there are many of us that have had negative programming throughout our childhood. And it's not easy to let go of that, is it? It's not always easy to forget what we think was right at the time, what we were taught, what we were given as a belief system in many subjects. And so, how do we let go of all that stuff? How do we let go of the negative thoughts that have been have created, programmed into our mindset? The very first thing, everyone, that we need to do, I feel, is to realize that there is absolutely nobody out there that control our mind, our thoughts. And so I have a little affirmation that I say every day. I am loved, I am worthy, I am safe, I am free, I am powerfully protected. I am the master of my body. I am the ruler of my mind. And as a mentor to others in mindset, the one thing I've always tried to do within my own self is think for myself. And I was very fortunate to have a mother who brought me up to say, well, you've got to learn to think for yourself. That's how she used to say it. You can start thinking for yourself and changing the way you think about things and believe things just like that, because very often everyone experiences that we go through in life actually do change our mind, don't they? In some cases, some of us, we are brought up with a certain religion. And I guess, we have no choice in that matter. However, when we get older, for example, if we travel the world or we meet people from other religions and other belief systems and other cultures, we learn, don't we? We learn that, oh, it's not all like that. It's not all the same. It can be this and it can be that. And some people, and there may be some of you out there, some people actually go down the path of a new religion. Some people take up Buddhism, some people take this up, some people take that up, and they actually change their belief systems from what they were programmed into or brought up in during their younger years. And so it is really all about making up your own mind. It's about deciding what you want to believe because of what you've seen, what you've heard, and what you've experienced. Negative programming, negative belief systems, they often do a lot of harm. They do a lot of harm to people. If you've been brought up in a home where, for example, you may have had people around you who would talk about other nationalities, and they sort of didn't like these types of people, or they didn't like those types of people, and they call it racism, don't they? And that's what it really is, I guess. Let's be honest. It's very difficult if you were brought up in an environment where racism was in your home and where you lived, and very often, the spirit realm will step in and bring you through an experience that actually changes that as well, helps you to change it. For example, you may have been brought up to dislike a certain race of people. And you may go to school or university or work, and you meet that person from that nation of people, and you get to know them and you become great friends. And it's like, wow, I've made a friend of this wonderful person from that country that my parents said, well, they were all like this and they were all like that. And this is a wonderful friend of mine. So we can't tar everybody with the same brush, can we? But some people do. And they have those very strict negative belief systems, and they very often put them onto their children. And so many of us grow up with these beliefs that we find through life and through experience are in fact not always correct. And this is where we have to say to ourselves, okay, I don't care what that person says. I don't care what that person thinks. I don't care what that person believes. I'm going to have my own belief system. And I don't have to prove myself to anyone. I don't have to explain myself to anyone. And that's an important one. We do not have to explain ourselves to anyone, darlings. If you want to think wonderful things about wonderful things, wonderful people, whatever, you have the right to think for yourself. We all have the right to believe and think for ourselves. And that's what this is saying. This is a wonderful, wonderful card that the Spirit has brought out for you today. It's a subject that I'll be honest with you. I'm very passionate about this subject because I do strongly believe that there is good everywhere. There is good everywhere. There's good in every nation. There's good in every kind of person. I'd like to think there's good in everybody. That's what I'd like to really think and believe. And it's good to have that belief system. It's good to think like that. And so when we start thinking positively, it does help us to be happier in life, everyone. It helps us to be a better person for ourselves, for ourselves. And throughout our life, some people will actually make us feel as though we're wrong. They treat us badly, or they don't treat us the way they should. And we think, oh gosh, that wasn't very nice. I thought that was a nice person. Well, in situations like that, you just let that go. You let it go. We cannot change anybody. We're not in control of their mind. We don't have the right to try and change anybody because we're talking about programming. So we mustn't become those programmers either, darlings, must we? And so what we have to do is we have to live and let live. That was a saying my mother used to often come out with. You've got to live and let live, Linda, she would say. Because my parents were very. They never talked about anybody behind their back. I was brought up in a home where there was no gossip. I didn't realize until I got older, much older in life, how blessed I was to have parents who were like that. They didn't, they didn't talk about anybody or anything like that. However, I came from a family that went through the war, World War II, and they still were a little bit racist about some people, some nations of people. So I did witness that I did hear that occasionally with my aunties and uncles talking about things, and it gave me an impression. It gave me an impression. And as I grew up, I realised, well, that isn't really the way that it is. That's not really the way it is. And I made up my own mind that, well, I'm not going to just spend my life um, walking on this plane and living my life with racism in my heart. I'm not going to do that. And I think that's done me a lot of good in my life by just accepting people the way they are and finding out for myself. And you, just like me, will go through that, won't you? You've met people. You've found that they're absolutely beautiful. They're very different to what you thought. They've turned out to be wonderful friends, wonderful helpers, support system. And then you would have found other people who you might have thought were your friends for years, and then they let you down. They let you down. And it's heart-wrenching, isn't it, when people do that? It's really upsetting when people hurt you like that because you thought you had a true friend. But we all experience that. We have all experienced that. And what we have to do is we just have to say to ourselves, okay, that's the way it is. I can't change it. What I have to do is make sure that I don't allow it to affect me emotionally, which will then affect me physically. I have to just say, okay. And, if you're in a situation like that where you're finding it hard to get rid of upset like that, then ask for help from spirit. Just hand it over. Say, could you help me with this? Could you take this, please? That is bothering me so I can move forward. Okay, what else would spirit like to give you today? So what we have here is we have the Divine Guidance deck. And this is a new deck, everyone, that I bought recently. And I bought this one, and I've also got one called Soul Purpose. And I'm going to go back to the shop and buy the other two I saw. There were two others I saw in this shop. I should have bought all four, I think, when I was there, but I didn't. But anyway, I'm sure she'll still have the others. So I'm going to see now. Could you please give everybody that's watching today, could you please give them some guidance when it comes to divine guidance? And thank you so much. See what she wants to give you. Let's have a little look, shall we? Okay. Be adventurous. There is much change around you and possibilities abound. Allow yourself to be open to them. Oh, this is saying to you that many of us, we have some opportunities coming our way. So there's change. Now, I've just finished doing the October readings for all the star signs, and a lot of change in October. There's an awful lot of change for a lot of people in October. So this is about you being ready. This is about you being open to change. What I'm feeling I need to say to you all is the first thing I've been given for some of you is don't turn your back on something. Give it a go. Give it a try. Give it a try, or give it a chance. Give it a chance is what Spirit is saying. Look around you for possibilities. This is saying there is much change around you and possibilities abound. Allow yourself to be open. But what I'm being told to say to you also is that it's also to look around for opportunities here. And these opportunities could be about your career, your work, making some changes there. There could be the possibility of offers being made to you where some of you may feel a little bit uncertain in the beginning, but But again, they're saying just don't turn your back on it. It's very important that you give it a go, give it a try. Okay, give it a try. Okay. What else is it that you would like to say to all our beautiful, beautiful family here today? Those who come on regularly and all you new ones. Welcome. So this is your soul purpose message for you all, your soul purpose. Could you please give us all of what she flew it out? She threw it out at us, didn't she? That's what she meant. So let's have a look what she gave us, shall we? Wealth. Ooh. Money is a simple and helpful energy exchange. We all love it, don't we? The more wealth you receive, the more expansive your creativity becomes, and the more you are able to heal and serve others. The whole world benefits when you receive money, so let it bloom in full in your life now. What this is saying to you is to not have any fear around money. Don't have any hang-ups about money, everyone. I have no hang-ups about money. Money isn't as far as the universe is concerned, as far as the spirit realm is concerned, as far as the creator and the great masters and the angels are concerned. It's an energy that is required on the earth plane, on this planet. There are no hang-ups about it. They want you to be wealthy. They want you to be abundant in all things, not just money, but they want you to be abundant. But money is part of that abundance. And so never have any hang-ups or fears about money. Now, some of you may have been brought up in an environment, where, we were talking before about, being programmed. Some of us, and I'm including myself here, were brought up in an environment where our parents struggled financially. And so we did hear about a lack of, and difficulty in paying bills and getting through. And what that does to us is it does create fear around money. And fear around money is one of the most negative energies that we can have, believe you me. And so this is all about you realizing that money is a simple and helpful energy exchange. It's an exchange. And we must never be afraid to accept that exchange. And we must never be afraid, everybody, to know that we are worthy of whatever price, for example, in business, in our own business, that we put on our head. Some of you out there may work for yourselves and you have an hourly rate. And you may have a few hang-ups. Some of you may have hang-ups about that. You may think, oh, I don't like to charge too much, And yet you have the experience, you have the knowledge, you've studied, you've worked hard. And so you're worth a certain amount of money for your services. But you may have these hang-ups that you don't charge what you're worth. So you've got to get your head around that. You've got to say to yourself, and also what I'm wanting to say to you is that you must also trust how that feels within yourself. How do you feel about that? Do you feel, look, are you saying to yourself intuitively, I really should charge more because of what I do? Do you come away from a job, something you've done, and you thought, I really should have charged a bit more for that because I did this and I did that? And are you experiencing that at the moment, or have you experienced it in the past and haven't yet fixed that? Because some of you need to fix it. Don't be afraid to charge what you're worth. Don't be afraid to put a price on your head when it comes to your experience, your knowledge, the work you've put in. Some of you may have studied for years, done apprenticeships, and you've come out and now you're in a business of your own. And if you're not sure what to charge, well, find out what other people are charging that do your work. and they charge, $80 an hour, then why are you charging $50 an hour if you have the same expertise and the same? I feel some of you need to hear this today. I really get this feeling that the Spirit's really trying to tell you, many of you today, that you mustn't be afraid to charge what you're worth. Please, please don't do that. All right, it's detrimental to yourself, and you want to be successful, don't you? You want to be successful, and you want to have a good life. And when you make good money, when you work hard and you make good money, you have a much better life because you can afford to have a good holiday, you can afford to go out to dinner, you can afford to buy things. Some of you may work for other people. Many of you who are watching today work for other people and you get a wage. And are you being paid what you're worth? Or are you feeling that you're worth a little bit more? That's one of the things that a lot of people have fear around. And I know I experienced this many years ago when I was too scared to ask for a raise where I worked. Um, and even though I used to get a raise in one of my jobs, I used to get a raise every year because I had an executive position. So I didn't have to ask. But there were other situations when I was younger that I felt like, oh, I'm such a good worker. I think they should be paying me a bit more. And are you in that situation at the moment? Are some of you in that situation at the moment about, maybe you need to ask to speak up, not be afraid to speak up? I know that can be hard. I know that can be a little bit scary, but it's all comes down to what are you worth within you? How do you feel what you're worth? Are you worth? I should get more. I should get more. So don't allow fear to step in there. When you receive money, let it bloom in full in your life. And so never be mean about money, everyone. Never be stingy because people who are stingy and mean about money never really have much money because they're blocking abundance. They're blocking abundance. So if you really are hanging on tight, and I'm being shown the four of Pentacles, the man with the coin on his head, he's hanging onto his coin, he's got his feet on his coin. If you're like that, I can assure you, you will never be wealthy. You can't be mean with money and expect abundance to come in because you're not being abundant. You're not being abundant. You're being stingy, and that's the fact. And it's a horrible word, stingy, but it's not nice to be stingy. And so don't be that way. You can still save money and be cautious and careful with money. That's okay. But if you're a sort of a person who doesn't like paying for something that's worthy of the payment, that's being a little bit mean and a bit stingy, and that will never bring in abundance, believe you me. I'm sorry, but if you're like that, then maybe you need to think differently. Okay, now what else would Spirit like to say to you today when it comes to your messages? For those of you who have decided to come on, let's have a little look and see what else they would like to say to you. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. Time to take a leap of faith, everyone. So, how many of you out there are ready to take this leap of faith? As I said before, October's been the readings I've done for October have been very positive about people starting afresh, starting new. This is about you having faith and not being afraid to put your prices up. Ask for a little bit more money in your packet, in your wage packet. Speak about your finances so that you can get a bit more. This is about you taking a leap of faith, a chance on the possibilities around you, the adventures and the changes that are abound all around you. Don't be afraid to look into these possibilities, everybody that's coming. There's possibilities. You're on the verge of this. I'm being told that you are on the verge of this. Don't be afraid, to have faith Follow your dreams. Let go of all the things that are no good for you, that haven't been any good for you. Just let go. Let go. It's time to do that. You can do it now. Don't hesitate. Let go of any negative programming that you've been brought up with that is holding you back. Because negative belief systems, especially if they're racist or nasty, will hold you back, because when we think negative, our vibrational, our energy field is not enlightened. It's not beautiful, and you don't have an open heart. That there's a shadow there. There's a bit of a shadow there. We don't want to walk in a shadow. We want to walk in a light. We want to walk with our auric field bright and beautiful and glowing, because it shows in our eyes, it shows in our face, it shows in everything about us. And so we want to get rid of all this negative stuff, get rid of that programming, and get ready. Take the leap of faith to do that, to be yourself, be who you are. This fella's not listening to anybody, even his little dog. He's jumping around at his feet, and he's saying, he's looking out there in the world and saying, I'm ready now. I'm ready to do this. I know it feels right. I'm going to go for it. I'm not listening to anyone. I'm going to have the courage. I'm going to follow my dreams. And this is about unexpected opportunities coming. For many of there's another message about opportunity, possibilities around you, opportunities. Be open to them. Be open to them. Look into them is what I need to say to you. These opportunities for some of you that are coming in. I'm also being said that many of you could create opportunity. Many of you are capable of creating opportunity. Okay, so creating things that you want, but that is with your mindset, especially if you are working for yourself. But if you're not working for yourself, if you're not in your own business, you're still capable this month. And whenever you find this video, be it now or, my videos are always up there. You might find this in months and months ahead. You might come across this video and find me and get this exactly when you're meant to. But right now, all of you who are watching, you're watching this because you found it for a reason. And this is all about you. This is about you following your dreams, taking that leap of faith. Don't listen to other people. It's okay, when I say that, what I mean is this. It's good that people try to give us advice because they care. A lot of the time, our parents or our friends or family might say, oh, look, you sure you should be doing that? And they're coming, most of the time, 90% of the time, they're coming from a place of care and love and concern, that they don't want you to be hurt. They don't want you to lose money. They don't want things to go wrong for you. So the majority of the time, they're coming from a good place. And so we mustn't feel bad about that or feel that they don't want us to succeed or anything like that, because we can interpret that sometimes incorrectly and say, oh, she's always telling me what to do, or he doesn't want me to be successful. It's not always the case, everyone, because you're not in their mindset, you're not in their head. And very often somebody could say to you, look, are you sure you're doing the right thing here? And when that happens, you've got to ask yourself, well, where are they coming from? And 80% of the time, they're coming from a place of caring. And they're just putting their opinion across. And this is one of the things we have to accept, but it's also a battle, because we get it left, right, and centre nearly every day of our lives, don't we? Other people giving us their opinion. And their opinion is not always correct. However, what it comes down to is you trusting, having faith, and trusting in what it is you are about to do. Have you done your homework? Have you worked for this? Have you, have you looked into the financial side of it? Have these are all the things. And this can even be a relationship. This could be where, are you thinking of asking somebody to marry you? You're jumping into taking that leap of faith, and you may have been with this person for a while, or maybe you haven't been with them for very long. And somebody in the family or mum and dad are saying, "Oh, are you sure about this? You haven't been together for very long. You've only been together for 6 months, hypothetically. Are you sure about this?" And you might think, "Oh, they don't want, they don't want me to be happy. They don't want this. They don't want that." It's not always the case. Very often they're just coming from a place of loving you and caring about you and concerned. That's all it is. It's not judging you really. It's it's just wanting to make sure that you don't get hurt or you don't make a mistake in your life. And yet, at the end of the day, what we have to do is we have to go with what we feel is right. It doesn't mean to say that you should listen to the advice or the comments people make, because sometimes they can help us to reevaluate our situation. This fellow here, he's taking this leap of faith. He's not particularly listening to anybody. He's just going to jump straight in. And if you're in a situation like that where you feel you may be jumping in, well, before you do that, make sure that you're not jumping in the wrong way. Make sure that when you jump, you're going to land on your feet. This is also saying that to you. Make sure you do your homework, check everything out, okay? Get rid of any negative stuff around you. Follow your dreams by all means, follow your dreams. But don't be afraid to listen to what people have to say to you so that, reevaluate. And then once you're happy with it all, you've gone through it all, then you, bingo, you jump right in and you take that leap of faith. Okay, because there's a lot of possibilities here. There's opportunities, and this is about opportunity, unexpected opportunity. This is about possibilities of unexpected opportunity as well. And so I'm going to ask now, what else Spirit wants to say to you all today? What else is it they would like to give you? They're taking me to my animal deck. It's my beautiful animal deck, which is so thick. And as you can see, everybody, I'm not a big person. I've got very small hands and feet. And in fact, I'm only 4'10". I'm very little. I'm very short. I don't know why. My family, I come from a background of Welsh people. So the Welsh are all quite short usually, little short people. So my little hands do battle a little bit with this deck in particular. But we've given it a good enough shuffle because, let's face it, when I draw the card, it is drawn by my lady guide. She does all this on my behalf. Okay. Right, what has she given you? Yeah. This is all about you. Now, this is about you. Again, makes a lot of sense. This is the Siamese cat, the ego card. This is actually it's actually the devil card. Um, I don't see that as a bad card. A lot of people say, "Oh, but I don't see that because I always feel that this is my opportunity to say to you that it's time for you to free yourself of negative thinking." And this is a card that says that there's no room here for fear. So we've talked about this taking that leap of faith. We've talked about following your dreams. We've talked about getting rid of negative programming. And this is just reassessing the fact that that's what we need to do. We need to get rid of any negative fears or thoughts that can hold us back. This is about feeling, maybe some of you, well, not all, but maybe some of you feel a little bit trapped at the moment in the situation. And that's why you feel you need to follow your dreams and take this leap of faith to get out of this. Maybe some of you are in this situation where you're feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit stagnant. You don't feel like anything's really happening. If that is the case, then maybe you need to take that leap of faith And what this is saying, that you are this, it's not true. It's just in your mindset. You're not trapped. It's sort of, fear is fear is an entrapment in your mind that is usually created by others or situations that we are in at that initial stage, at that time in our life. And we all go through it. We all go through some sort of fear. But what this is saying is that you're not trapped. You're not. You could change that overnight. You could do that just like that. By again, I have no fear. I have no fear. I'm not going to allow any fear to hold me back, because remember, everyone, fear will hold you back. It'll put you in a state of total stagnation. You don't want that. You don't want to be in that mindset. It's not healthy. So work on that. It's important that we do. We acknowledge it. First thing is, we acknowledge it. We say, what's really stopping me here is I'm too scared of this, I'm too scared of that, and I need to step up and know that if my intuition is telling me otherwise, then I need to follow that, because your intuition, your gut instincts, is the way spirit speaks to you, the way your guides guide you. So don't be scared. When we step up, it's when we step up, that when we are scared, that we open the positive doors. That's a fact. When you confront your fears, and say, I'm going to be brave here, I'm just going to do this because it feels right. I just know I've just got this gut instinct. That's when you open the door. You take the leap of faith. You take that leap of faith. You follow your dreams, and when you get through that door, spirit is waiting to take your hand and say, "Oh, look, they've been brave. Let's help them now. They've been brave enough to listen to us and to follow their feelings, which is what we've been trying to do to help them." So that's how it is. That's the way it works. Believe you me. Go, whoa, look at all these. I don't think you're going to get all this. Don't think you need all this. Don't think you need 5. This is a very slippery deck. It really is. So we'll put them all back in. We could just ask, please. We could just have one card, one numbers card, please, for our beautiful followers. Okay. Let's see, what have they given you? Oh, very good number though. Number 2. Okay. Number 2. And as you know, those of you who watch me regularly, I always like to also give you a message from my own numbers book. And this is all about partnership. So your angel is encouraging you to embrace the beauty of partnership, as it has the power to bring peace and create unity between individuals, ideas, and concepts. By approaching problems with an impartial and empathic perspective, you will be guided toward a more harmonious outcome. So this is about you. If there is anybody that, if you're at a situation in your life at the moment where you feel that you need to speak to somebody about what is going on in your life in any way, then this is, take the leap of faith. Take that leap of faith, and don't be afraid to do that. If you need to speak to somebody about your belief systems that are holding you back, don't be afraid to do that. Be adventurous. Be adventurous. This is about partnerships as well. Are you in a partnership? Are you thinking of a partnership? Are you with somebody that you're in love with as a partner as well? This is not a love reading, but this is about partnerships. This could be, the relationship you have between a mate, a guy at work, or a friend you've grown up with, or a girl. This is just about, they're encouraging you to not be afraid. I feel like this is what I'm being brought back to. This, don't be afraid when it comes to partnerships. Now, this could be love. It's very possible some of you out there today are a little bit fearful because you've been hurt, you've had your heart broken, You're very, I'm not sure, things like this. And when we close our heart chakra down, it really isn't good for us. It really isn't good for us. Because if we do that, then the opportunity that's coming, the possibilities that are bound around you of a new love could be blocked. You could block it. And so what this is saying is, to embrace the beauty of partnership as it has the power to bring peace and create unity between individuals, especially ideas and concepts. So partnerships here, this is about partnership. If you're in your own business, if you're thinking of starting a business, if whatever, and you feel that you want to go into partnership with somebody or you want to talk about it, then if that is what's going on in your life at the moment, that would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. Okay. So if you're thinking of going into partnership with somebody and you're thinking of taking that leap of faith, if you've talked about it, if you've communicated with each other and you're both happy about everything, this is a very good sign. This is a very good message that maybe you're on the right track here. You could be on the right track. So give it a lot of thought, okay? Put a lot of thought into it. Do your homework. If you feel it's going to be successful, then don't. A lot of people are very successful in partnerships, in business and in life. So don't close the door on it, please. Have faith and courage is number 2. Have faith and courage. Take a leap of faith, follow your dreams. Your prayers are manifesting, even if they aren't visible yet. So whatever you're hoping for, whatever you're wishing for, just know that the universe is working on your behalf in the background. Everyone, we all walk with our guides, our spirit team, and we do not walk alone. When we come to this time on earth, when we go through this lifetime, we come with others who walk with us in spirit to guide us and look after us. We're never ever alone. Just know that, and always trust. Get in touch with the spirit that lives within you by. But the way you do that is by always going within when you need to make a decision. When you're on the precipice of something, when you're not sure, go within, quiet your mind, quiet yourself, and you say, I'm at peace within as I now connect to my inner being or inner spirit, as I connect now to my inner spirit, and go within, go down to your solar plexus and go with your gut instincts, which is down. That's what that is, your intuition. Always follow your intuition. This has been a very positive reading, I feel. I hope that it has helped many of you today. But I'm being told to say to you for those of you who have shut yourself down a little bit, maybe it's time to start to open up, take that leap of faith, follow your dreams of love and happiness in life, open up your heart chakra, close down those negative belief systems and programming that you've had to tolerate for a lot of your life. Don't be afraid to bring in that abundance, to draw it in by giving out gratitude for everything that you have, because that's how you bring in abundance. So I'm so grateful for all of the abundance that flows to me now. You say that before you go to bed, say it any time during the day. I'm so grateful for all of the abundance flowing to me now. And you will bring in abundance, not fear on the head, please. To try not to allow yourself to feel entrapped. You must free yourself from those thoughts. It's very important, very, very important. Be adventurous. There's a lot of change around you. There's a lot of opportunity around you. A lot of change and opportunity here. Okay, and we're looking at partnership in many forms: partnership in business, partnership in life, love. If you're ready for it, open up your heart chakra. Let go let go of whatever's been in that regard as well. And then if you let go of that and open your heart up to new adventure, new love, in a good way, then the right person will come along. Believe you me, you'll meet that soulmate. I hope this really has resonated with you today. It's been an honour to spend my time with you. If it has, I would love to hear from you. If you'd like to make comments, please keep your eyes open for these videos that we do called "Is This Message for You?" or "This Message is for You." If you don't want to miss any of those, well, subscribe and hit the little bell and the all button, and then you'll get all of these videos that we do. Would you like to share this with on your social media platform for us? It'll only take you a minute to do, and you could be a message that you could really help somebody here. You could help someone in their life. So why not do that? Share it. Like it if you'd like to like it, and please give us some comments because we do love to hear from you. We do love to see where you're from. And as you know, I'm Linda. I'm from Australia, and I do love to hear where all of you people are from. It gives me a little just yeah, it's just great. So, darlings, thank you for sharing this time with us today, and until we meet again, take care of yourself. Bye bye for now.